Maya sat comfortably at a corner table in a cozy downtown cafe, surrounded by the familiar, smiling faces of her closest college friends. They were all dressed to impress. Sleek blazers, crisp trousers, soft cashmere sweaters, each woman radiating poise and success. The air was rich with the scent of freshly brewed coffee and flaky pastries, as they sipped their lattes and chatted animatedly. Their conversation drifted easily from relationships to work drama to the latest celebrity meltdowns. Laughter rolled like waves across their table. Then, as it always did, the topic shifted to husbands and boyfriends. Maya, who loved holding the spotlight, leaned back in her chair, raised a hand with mock exasperation, and said, "Honestly, I still don't know how I ended up with Daniel. The man still uses a paper calendar. A paper calendar. Can you even believe that?" Her words, laced with theatrical flair, immediately triggered a round of laughter. One of her friends giggled, nudging another. "He still wears those awful cargo shorts, doesn't he?" "Oh my God, yes." Maya burst out, eyes sparkling. "I told him he looks like a grown-up Boy Scout with no badges. I mean, how do you not know better by now?" The women howled with laughter. Encouraged, Maya deepened her voice in imitation of her husband. "Maya, I think the car is making a funny noise. Should we get it checked?" She rolled her eyes dramatically, drawing more delighted reactions from her audience. This was where she thrived, her confidence rising with every laugh, every nod, every smirk of approval. It felt good to be funny, to be seen. What she didn't know was that Daniel had walked into the cafe just minutes earlier. In his hand was a small paper bag, still warm with pastries from her favorite bakery, a peace offering after their minor disagreement that morning. As he stepped inside, he immediately recognized her voice. He followed it to the corner of the cafe where her laughter rang loudest. Pausing just behind a wall near their table, he listened. "She actually said camping. For our anniversary," Maya announced loudly, shaking her head in disbelief. "Like sleeping in dirt and bugs is supposed to be romantic." More laughter erupted. Someone clapped and said with a snort, "Girl, you need to train him better." Daniel stood still, unseen, the bag hanging loosely by his side. His face was calm, unreadable. After a moment, he took a breath, stepped forward, and approached the table. Maya saw him too late. Her smile froze. The laughter died instantly as the group fell silent, like a scene abruptly paused. Her friends lowered their gazes. Some shifted in their seats. Daniel placed the bag gently on the table and met Maya's eyes, his voice low but steady. "I came to bring you something," he said, "but it looks like I walked in on something else." The weight of his words settled heavily over the table. No one spoke. Maya tried to force a smile, her voice shaky. "Daniel, we were just joking around. It's just girl talk." He nodded slowly. "I heard. I just didn't realize I was the joke now." Her friends exchanged quick, uncomfortable glances. One stared down into her coffee. The mood had curdled. The lightness was gone. Daniel's expression remained calm, heartbreakingly so. "I don't want to make a scene," he said, "but I think we're done." Maya's eyes widened. "Wait, what? Are you serious?" "You don't respect me," he replied. "You mock me in front of others. That's not love. That's a performance." He turned to leave. Panic flared in her chest. She stood up, voice rising. "Daniel, come on. It was just jokes. Don't do this." He paused, turned slightly, and looked at her with clear, distant eyes. "You don't joke like that about someone you love." The entire cafe had fallen quiet. People nearby were trying not to stare, though some didn't bother to hide it. Maya's face burned, not just from embarrassment, but from confusion and disbelief. She hadn't thought he would take it this seriously. Not like this. After Daniel left, her friends tried to smooth over the tension. One offered a weak smile and said, "He'll cool off." He just took it personally. But deep inside, Maya knew this wasn't just about a single moment in a cafe. This had been coming for a long time. At home, Daniel packed a small suitcase. He didn't shout, didn't slam doors. His movements were calm and deliberate. When Maya returned an hour later, the silence inside the house was deafening, deeper than any fight they'd ever had. She found a note left neatly on the kitchen counter. When you love someone, you lift them up. You don't tear them down in front of others. I wish you all the best, Maya. I truly do. She sat down, reading again and again, the words sinking slowly into her chest like stones. Tears welled in her eyes. She didn't hate Daniel. She never had. She just thought their relationship could withstand a few jokes. She thought he knew she didn't mean it. But maybe over time, all those laughs at his expense had chipped away at something vital. The next day, she tried calling him. He didn't answer. She sent him a long, heartfelt message apologizing. His reply was brief but clear. I appreciate your apology, but I need space to heal. Please respect that. Her friends slowly began to distance themselves, too. The group chats dried up. The gossip sessions lost their charm. The laughter didn't feel the same anymore. A week later, Maya returned to the same cafe and sat alone at the same table. The confidence she'd felt that day now seemed like a distant memory. She could still hear his voice, echoing in her mind. You don't joke like that about someone you love. She started therapy, not to win Daniel back. She knew better than that now, but to understand what part of her had needed to belittle the man she loved to feel validated, to figure out why the approval of others had mattered more than his dignity. Daniel never blocked her. He didn't shut her out completely, but he also didn't come back. Months passed. He found peace. She found growth. But the memory of that cafe, of that exact moment, never quite faded. It stayed with her like a scar, small but permanent, a reminder of what she had lost the day she chose applause over affection.